What's up, everyone? The veto plans are in place. Will it be used? Will it not be used? And if it isn't, who's going to be heading out the door this week? Welcome to your live feed update. First things first, we've seen Janelle and Kesa have a conversation about Danny, and they've basically realised she's playing all sides in the house, so I'm glad to see someone's finally sussed her out. But Janelle isn't to worry about Danny if she wins HOH, because she said they've got some sort of deal, some sort of personal deal outside the game, so she wouldn't find herself on the block. I find that quite intriguing, because Danny has actually been pushing other people, or Memphis specifically, to backdoor Janelle this week. However, it just sort of seems like she won't do it herself, so she definitely won't put her up if she wins HOH, but she's more than happy to push someone else to put her up and send her out the door. With this realisation that Danny is not a threat to them, they both come to the realisation that Nicole Franzel is indeed the biggest threat to them, and if they were to win HOH, that would be the person that they are gunning for. I think it's no secret that Nicole Franzel is gunning for them, and I think it's basically just two tribes go to war at this point, and they're both going to be gunning to get each other out. When Janelle asked Ian who he actually prefers on the block between Nicole, Anthony and David, Ian said that David was his buddy. He didn't say straight up that he's leaning towards keeping David, he just said David was his buddy, so I think Ian's been quite reserved there in what he is telling Janelle. However, David did later approach Ian and ask him who he prefers and who he's going to keep, and he said David, and that's obviously what you're going to do if someone's on the block. You don't want to make enemies, so you're going to tell them that you prefer them, but I do believe that the connection is genuinely there. I mean, it seems a bit strange because we've seen we've seen Ian and Nicole Anthony bond quite a lot over the first week, so it seems a bit random if that is true. I personally believe he's leaning towards keeping Nicole Anthony, but at the same time, Ian is a very smart player, and if anything, at the end of the day, he just wants to be on the right side of the vote. Enzo and Dave Von have had a conversation, and they basically reassured each other that they have each other's backs. I think we've got Dave Von slap bang in the middle of the house, and same is starting to go for Enzo. Enzo was definitely on Cody's side of the house, but with these cracks starting to show on Cody's side of the house, Enzo's sort of migrating towards the middle, so I think Enzo and Davon are definitely some sort of dynamic that we've got to watch out for. I think they'll definitely be working together. Potentially they'll rope Enzo into working with Davon and Bailey, so that could be something we could see over the next few days, but it certainly seems that Davon and Enzo have to have each other's backs, because being in the middle is a very, it's a great place to be in the house, but at the same time it's a very risky place to be, so there's the pros and cons, but having each other's backs is definitely going to do their games well. Memphis continues to get frustrated with the way people are going on whilst he's in HOH reign. He's told Cody that he's getting annoyed with the fact that Danny is pushing him to backdoor Janelle, because in reality, Memphis doesn't believe that Danny would actually backdoor Janelle or even put Janelle up if she was HOH. So he's basically saying don't tell someone to do something that you wouldn't do yourself, which is fair enough, but I think at the same time, Memphis is not taking into account anything his alliance members are saying. He is running it like a dictatorship, and Christmas did discuss that later on. She basically said to Danny that this HOH reign is like a dictatorship because he doesn't listen to anyone. It's his way or the highway, or yeah, just simple as that. And I've been saying that a few times in my videos that it feels like a dictatorship, and I think 100%, and I'll say it again, Memphis has burned more bridges this week than he's actually made. Janelle has told Nicole Anthony that she believes she is not the target. She believes the target is definitely on David, so Nicole Anthony has got nothing to worry about. However, Nicole Anthony is beginning to have doubts in Janelle and Kesa, wondering if they actually have her back. She believes that if she wins HOH this week and stays, she will put up Janelle and Kesa, which is crazy because Janelle and Kesa are not trying to get Nicole Anthony out. I think the paranoia is sky high for Nicole Anthony. I think Nicole Franzel had the highest level of paranoia, but it seems to have gone to Nicole Anthony now, and she needs to watch out because I think Nicole Anthony could be going this week, and if she doesn't, she can't be putting her allies on the block. It's just she needs to get out of that funk and realise that Janelle and Kesa are not actually going after her, but at the same time, Janelle has told Nicole Anthony that she can't push too hard for a backdooring of Nicole Franzel because Memphis doesn't like people telling them what to do, and as a result, Memphis will flip and go, okay, let's backdoor Janelle this week. So Janelle has to be really, really careful in what she says when she's trying to save Nicole Anthony. She's doing the best that she can, but sometimes you can push it too far, and it can hurt your own game. So she needs to be very, very careful there. And it's good that she's being expressive with Nicole Anthony, but Nicole Anthony needs to actually put some trust back into Janelle and Kesa. Despite being nominated by him this week, Nicole Anthony has continued to reassure Memphis that he is not her target if she was to win HOH. I think Memphis is lapping that up because he obviously knows that, well, he believes that Nicole Anthony's not going to be sent home. I think he's going to get just as shocked on Thursday night as Nicole Anthony will, because I think Nicole Anthony's going to be sent home. Memphis is hell-bent on sending David out the door, and I think David will be back guns a-blazing when he stays. He's going to basically be gunning for that HOH, and he's going to try and get revenge on Memphis. I think it could be the start of a war, and those two sides of Nicole Franzel versus Janelle are going to subside, and it could be David versus Memphis, but it's very exciting to see how it's going to play out. Obviously, I think it's going to be sad to see either David or Nicole Anthony go this week, because it doesn't look like the veto is going to be used. But at the same time, it's whoever goes is just going to stoke a war. And because if Nicole Anthony stays, it's going to be a situation where the Nicole Franzel and Janelle war is stoked. If David stays, the David and Memphis war is going to be stoked. So either way, it's going to be a war. Danny and Tyler discussed the fact that Dave Von was talking to them about putting an alliance together, and Danny believes she relayed this information to Tyler, and they've both claimed to the conclusion that Dave Von was totally lying in order to get info out of Danny and basically see where Danny's relationship with Tyler is, because we know that those two are extremely tight, and Dave Von pitching or saying Tyler was pitching an alliance, or seeing if they can be roped in or bring Danny in as well, basically exposes their relationship. But they didn't say anything, and as a result, Danny and Tyler starting to believe that Dave Von cannot be trusted, and she's playing a lot of angles of the house, which we know is true. She's sitting in the middle, she's getting info from both sides, but it seems though people are starting to realise that Dave Von is lying quite a lot. And although she was slap bang in the middle, Dave Von is starting to sort of slide over to the Janelle and Case side of the house, and we're seeing the early start of a formation of an alliance, which we will get onto shortly. But at the same time, Dave Von has definitely got to watch her back from the other side of the house now, because people are starting to smell something is a bit up. Danny has said if Janelle or Case rise to power next week, she will be going for the safety suite competition, and she will have no qualms in saving Nicole Franzel. Everyone knows that Nicole Franzel is public enemy number one on that side of the house compared to the other, and as a result, if Janelle and Case were to go up, it would botch their plans if Danny ended up saving Nicole Franzel. If they weren't HOH, Danny said she would just save someone random like Dave Von in order to avoid exposing some sort of alliance or some sort of connection that she's got with folk, because Danny and Dave Von aren't really connected very much. I mean, they sort of work together, but there's nothing solid like she has with Nicole Franzel. So yeah, but I feel like if Janelle Case rise to power next week, Danny needs to watch her back, because a lot of her alliances are going to be exposed. Dave Von and Janelle have had a conversation, and they've decided to maybe pitch an alliance between Bailey, Dave Von, Kesa and Janelle, and potentially rope in Christmas on the end of it. And I think that's definitely a good alliance they could make. However, Christmas is definitely going to relay information back to the other side, so they need to keep it as that solid four. I think those four are extremely great players with a lot of potential in this season. I think you've got a mix of people who know the strategy well, people who know the social aspect well, and also people who can win a few comps here and there. So I think it's a fantastic alliance, but they just need to watch out with Christmas and the information that she gets from that and what she does with it. But Dave Von did tell Janelle that she thinks Nicole Anthony will be leaving this week, and Janelle was quite shocked. I think she strongly believes that David is leaving this week, and I think she's slightly out the loop, so she doesn't really know what's going on. But again, there's a few days left until the vote, guys, and with Big Brother, everything can be flipped on its head just like that. Expect the unexpected. Dave Von and Bailey are starting to get cracked in this game, as Cody then expresses his realization that Dave Von has actually been lying quite a lot. It's happening on a lot of sides of the house now. Enzo and Memphis are starting to realize that Dave Von and Bailey aren't all they seem, and they are lying quite a lot, which is putting a bigger target on their back, which is why they are starting to migrate over to Janelle and Kesa, because they're better as a unit of 4 than a unit of 2, because then they've got backup if needs be. I think Christmas also told Tyler about the fact that Janelle and Kesa had pitched the alliance to them, so it's all coming round full circle and starting to bite them. But at the same time, whilst it's looking down for them, those cracks are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger on Cody's side of the house, and it's literally a volcanic eruption is due to happen any time now, and there's going to be a huge power shift in dynamics, in the social aspect of the game, just everything. It's just gonna flip things on its head, and I think Memphis' Dictatorship HOH has definitely fueled this, and it's going to make it happen sooner rather than later. I think it's going to be crazy to think who wins HOH this week is definitely going to shake up the game. I was thinking this week was going to be crazy, and it has been, but I think because no real sides have still been taken this week, it's still, as I say, the volcanic eruption or earthquake waiting to happen in the house. Memphis is still believing that David needs to be the one to go, as he says he's the most unpredictable out of the 2 nominees, and he also knows that Nicole Anthony isn't actually going to get him out, and Enzo also agrees with Memphis. He thinks that David should be the one to go. That is all of your game updates for today, folks. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the subscribe button if you did, and the like button. You are all legends for watching this. And also, if you click into the description box below, there's a ton of cool features you can check out. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Instagram, and also you can become a patron of TV Talks with Tom. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of that stuff. And until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.